To craft delightful details like these, we'll take a look at the VectorDrawable and AnimatedVectorDrawable classes. We'll start by looking at what VectorDrawable allows us to do to understand what we can animate. VectorDrawable was introduced in Lollipop and lets you create density-independent images by defining a series of drawing commands. It's similar in concept to SVG on the web. Here's an example of a VectorDrawable. It defines a path, which has a series of space-separated drawing commands which use a subset of the SVG path data spec to draw lines, curves, and so on. For example, these commands draw across by moving to a point, drawing a line to another point, lifting and moving to another point, and drawing another line. Simple. Now, vectors aren't appropriate for every kind of image. You wouldn't want to represent a person's face with a vector, for example, but iconography and simple illustrations are great candidates. The vector format provides density independence, meaning that the same image works on any screen density. When vector support reaches enough devices, you won't have to export assets at multiple different sizes like we covered in Lesson 1. It also generally produces a small file size, but the opportunity to animate all or parts of the image is what we're really interested in right now. The AnimatedVectorDrawable class lets you animate any property of a path or set of paths. Here's a list of what you can animate. Now, the first 5 are pretty standard animation properties, but having the ability to target individual elements within the drawable is quite powerful. Let's take a closer look at these last 3 more unique properties and the kind of animation that they allow. We can animate the actual path data itself, allowing you to morph, so to speak, one shape into another. Here's a simple example of changing a tick into a cross. We can, of course, combine this with other effects, such as throwing in a rotate to get a little bit fancier. The restriction when morphing is that the shapes need to have the same number of drawing commands in them in order to interpolate between the 2 states. When drawing a path, VectorDrawable allows you to only draw a portion of it by trimming the start or end of it. In this example, we have a path which is the handwritten word Android design, and animating the trim on it produces this fun writing effect. VectorDrawables also support the notion of clip paths, that is, applying a clip region to your drawing. Animating this clip region allows you to reveal or hide portions of the image. So in this example, we have an outline heart, and then on top of that, a filled heart. By applying a clip region to the filled heart on top and animating it, we can produce this filling up and emptying effect. These were just a few examples of what you can do with animated vectors. They're a great opportunity to make your app feel alive.